We all know that Pixar movies are much more than just kids' fodder or animated entertainment. The detailed worlds and design are clearly there for adults to obsess over, breaking down details, finding connections, and coming up with some pretty crazy theories. From long-lost relatives to an incredible connection with a true crime story, check out some of the theories and the ways they can change your view of Pixar movies forever. We all know that Pixar movies are much more than just kids' fodder or animated entertainment. The detailed worlds and design are clearly there for adults to obsess over, breaking down details, finding connections, and coming up with some pretty crazy theories. From long-lost relatives to an incredible connection with a true crime story, check out some of the theories and the ways they can change your view of Pixar movies forever. In Coco, we get twist after twist delivered in the Mexican afterlife when Miguel enters the land of the dead, thinking Ernesto is his long-lost relative, when it turns out that they are not ever related at all. We can understand Miguel's confusion and his covered-up family history, but what about Ernesto? Well, according to a popular theory, Ernesto pretty much assumed Miguel was some descendant of a groupie he may have connected with back in the day. It makes sense considering his rock star lifestyle, and the fact that we don't meet any other members of Ernesto's family in the afterlife. Who knows how many children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren Ernesto has created in his warped family tree that probably looks more like a tumbleweed at this point. When we meet Wall-E in his self-titled movie, the robot is wandering around Earth, seemingly all alone. Why does the cleaning robot not have any friends? Perhaps he went on a killing spree, taking out all the other robots of his kind. But why in the world would a little friendly robot like Wall-E turn into a cold-bolted robot killer? He was obsessed with his special collection of items. When another robot took an item he liked or went after his treasure, Wall-E was quick to the punch, exacting revenge and eliminating any other robot he could along the way. One of the saddest moments during Inside Out was when Bing Bong sacrificed his own memory in Riley's brain to help save Joy and Sadness. But what if things didn't have to be so sad? Sure, Bing Bong may be gone from Riley's mind, but what if he exists in the real world? What we're trying to say is Bing Bong is actually a monster from Monstropolis. His goofy persona helped him become a lead worker for the new and improved Monsters, Inc. And one of the main doors Bing Bong went through? Riley's. Naturally, Riley turned her memories of Bing Bong into an imaginary friend, and his presence in her mind only grew from there. Now Bing Bong is entertaining other kids all over the world. In a highly detailed and dramatic moment, Cars 3 shows us the downfall of Lightning McQueen as he suffers from an epic crash and must find a way to recover while trying to go back to his days of glory. One theory points to the plot of Cars 3 as a metaphor for the Cars franchise as a whole. After driving strong in the first movie, the crash in Cars 3 represents the great downfall and poor reception to the mess of Cars 2. And Lightning McQueen's journey to discover himself again is also Pixar's attempt at redemption for disappointing so many fans with the first Cars sequel. It makes a lot of sense, and was a much better way to close out the story for these talkin' cars. While he moved fast and was constantly squirming around, there was no hiding the fact that Hank the Octopus only had 7 tentacles in Finding Dory. Besides the behind-the-scenes information about 8 tentacles being too hard to animate and fit on his body, we never got any true in-story reasons how he did lose that extra appendage. One theory points to a shark attack, mainly because while eating animal crackers he avoids the shark ones. Another more plausible theory points to the aquarium touch tank. Hank fears that tank like no other, clearly suffering some type of brutal tug-of-war with a handsy child where he lost, and his tentacle represented the rope. If Pixar's Up doesn't make you cry enough already, well, break out those tissues, because we got more tears coming for you. In the film, we watch Carl embark on an incredible journey with his floating house. At first glance, the young Russell just seems like an innocent boy. But what if he is actually an angel in disguise? The journey Carl takes with his angel isn't to escape the city life, it's his journey to heaven, so he can eventually reunite with Ellie and spend eternity together. Many theories have talked about dreams, Carl being a coma or already dead, but connecting Russell as an angel takes it one step further and adds even more emotion to the film. Pixar movies have a ton of connections in their films, but what if one of them is truly evil? We're talking about the big and bad corporation known as By and Large. The company has been seen throughout several Pixar movies, and may have even been the ones who forced poor Carl out of his home. Not to mention that they have some type of connection to the abandonment of Earth in WALL-E. By and Large's desperation to make more money may have led to a ton of greed.